Trump illegally mobilized California's National Guard in response to immigration protests in Los Angeles. The judge says the president must return control of the troops to the state. Well, in the last 2 hours, an appeals court blocked that order, saying the president can use those troops. 4,000 troops are still on the ground tonight, along with 700 U.S. Marines, as protests approach the 1-week mark. The LAPD saying 2 nights of curfews have eased tensions with protesters, but the ICE raids will continue. And today, Trump says he plans to make some changes to who gets deported. In a post on Truth Social, Trump acknowledged officers have expanded arrests beyond violent offenders, and farming, service, and hospitality industries are losing a lot of workers. Nationwide, the yearly spending power of undocumented immigrants is estimated at nearly $300 billion.
We're talking many billions of dollars that are being lost if we continue this deportation. If you're talking about 5% of the workforce, that is a large and important spending block.
So the president did not specify what changes could be in store to address the worker shortages caused by the raids. Closer to home, though, drum lines, chants, and messages of unity. Last night's protests in Seattle started peacefully. That's not how they ended. Yeah, that at the end. Explosions, fire, disarray as protesters clashed with police. 8 people were arrested after someone threw a firework at officers. Multiple fires were set. Chaos ensued. So how do moments like those affect the message the protesters are trying to send? Power 7's Samantha Lomibao talked to an attorney who represents immigrants here in Washington State. So Samantha, is the violence we saw last night, is it having any impact on the message in any way?
Well, he wholeheartedly supports the peaceful protest that made it here to downtown. He says that damage and vandalism is hurting their cause rather than helping it. Flames, fireworks, clashes with police in downtown Seattle on Wednesday night got the attention of people nationwide.
What we don't want is that there be distractions of violence, that the administration bring in troops and try to make a spectacle of a political theater out of it.
Legal director of the Northwest Immigrant Rights Project, Matt Adams, says that kind of destruction can overshadow the main reason thousands of protesters marched in the first place.
Have an excuse to see what we saw in California, where they sent in the troops and they're taking actions that, again, are unprecedented in using the military to harm the communities that live here.
Crowds of people participated in the anti-ICE rally, supporting immigrant rights and solidarity with what we're seeing across the country. But when that wrapped up, things got violent. Adams says he doesn't want to see anyone in our community getting hurt, and that the actions of the Trump administration with ICE have already been affecting his clients.
We have parents who have said, "Oh, I'm afraid to take my kid to the hospital. Can I do that?" You know, just things that you wouldn't even think of, that now we have, community members that are afraid to carry about the necessities of life.
Adams says they will be out here to the Seattle Center on Saturday as part of the No Kings protest against Trump's policies. Now that's happening nationwide. Seattle police tell me they are already preparing for more than 2,000 people to be out here again. That's Saturday starting at noon. Live in Seattle, Samantha Lomibao, Power 7 News.
And Samantha, you did just mention that No Kings protest. Well, take a look here. This map shows all of the ones that are planned in Western Washington. More than 1,800 communities across the country have set up these so-called No Kings rallies. They will take place the same day as President Trump's military parade in D.C., and we will bring you live coverage throughout that event on Saturday. So to stay up to date on local protests,